What is up, everybody? You are very welcome along after the Reds beat Cardiff by 3-1 to book their place in the fifth round of the FA Cup. We will, of course, be at home to Norwich in the fifth round, so bring them on. May the best team win. But look, absolutely wonderful afternoon in the end. Yes, it would have been better if we didn't concede a goal, but ultimately we got the win, and I cannot tell you how happy I am that Harvey Elliott got a goal on his return today, and a wonderful goal it was as well. We also had goals from Diogo Jota and Takumi Minamino. We had a debut for Luis Diaz. We had everything that we could have asked for, really, other than a clean sheet. We will go through all the major talking incidents. This is just my match reaction, and then after this, in about 12-15 minutes time, I'll be joined by Paddy Murphy and Chris Stonage for their view on the game. But look, what can we say other than well done to Klopp and the lads today for getting the job done? We made really hard work of it in the first half. I thought we were awful, if I'm being really honest, in the first half, but the introduction of Luis Diaz and Harvey Elliott really did spring us into action today, and we looked much better after the lads came on. Talking through the goals, first goal came via Diogo Jota's head, 12 yards out as well. Delivery from free kick from Trent, right hand side, which was absolutely beautiful, but it was all about the header. I mean, he found what Diogo Jota does so well in these positions: drops, splits the two defenders, and somehow finds exactly the right space. And the header, oh my days, it was a belter of a header. 12 yards out, low, hard past the keeper, and it was 1-0. Second goal, it was all about Luis Diaz, really. Cardiff defender was in possession, right hand side of his own penalty area. Across comes Luis Diaz, doesn't give up on it, wins the ball. You're thinking there's not much space here. He somehow manages to find a yard, quick footwork, rolls the ball back, takes a little touch off Diogo Jota on the way through, and Takumi Minamino buries it, and we're 2-0 up. And then the third goal came from the left boot of Harvey Elliott. Left side, beautiful cross in from Robbo. The touch from Harvey Elliott to kill it dead and then bury it with his left foot was absolutely exquisite. Cardiff's goal came from us giving the ball away basically in the middle of the pitch. Bobby Firmino was tracking back, tried to put a toe in to pass the ball to James Milner. Was short. Milner did manage to get to the ball. Cardiff player dispossessed them. They went up the other end, and it was a good strike past Caoimhín Kelleher. Nothing that he could do about it. But the big question, I suppose, that everybody will be asking, or an opposition fan base will be asking, is should Caoimhín Kelleher have still been on the pitch? I got to be honest about it. My initial instinct was red. I take no pleasure in saying that, but my initial thought was red, and if it was the other way round, honestly, I'd have been screaming for a red card. But we take our W's when we can. We count our blessings, and we managed to keep Caoimhín on the pitch, and we got the job done. Cardiff probably count themselves lucky as well that one of their players was a Vaughan, or I can't remember the guy's name, Vocal or something. Should have been given a second yellow for mouthing off to the linesman. But hey, it is what it is. I think all of our hearts were in our mouths though. That one incident when Luis Diaz went up for a header with the Cardiff player, fell down, and I didn't see initially that the Cardiff player accidentally trod on Diaz's knee, but I thought it was an impact injury after him hitting the ground, and my heart was in my mouth, and I bet I'm not alone. I bet you guys at home felt the same way. But ultimately today was just amazing in the end. I'm just so happy with the performance in the second half, so happy to get through to the fifth round, so happy that there's another home tie for those in the Auto Cup scheme as well. And look, we got to see Harvey Elliott, we got to see Thiago, we got to see Luis Diaz. I'm over the bloody moon. I can't lie. I am absolutely buzzing here today. And we've got the AFCON final later on as well. Right, over to the chat for you guys. Connor is going to put in a man of the match poll as well, so give us some suggestions in the live chat as to who you'd like to see in it, and Connor will sort that one out as well. We like to give you guys the choice here on Anfield Agenda. You vote for the man of the match, not me. Right, really quickly, I'm going to run through some player ratings for the first half, or for the starting 11. So I'm going to start off with Kelleher. 6 for Caoimhín today. Didn't have much to do. Couldn't have done anything about the goal, but I guess ultimately it's the decision to come for that ball and not make it that is that he picked up the yellow for is probably the reason why I'm only giving him a 6. Trent, right hand side, got the assist obviously for Diogo Jota's goal. I thought we struggled in the full-back areas to get any joy really from our crosses at times. Sometimes we just seem to be, not aimlessly, but just hoping, lumping balls into the box. But I thought Trent came into the game as it went on. Left hand side, Costa Simicas, I thought he was okay. Actually, some people in the chat were a bit harsh. thinking that he wasn't having a great game. I thought Costas looked full of energy, as he always does. Canade looked a bit shaky in the first half, if I'm being really honest with you guys. I thought Canade, his passing needs to be worked on a little bit, but other than that, himself and Verts did alright. I mean, we didn't have too much to do defensively today. Into midfield, Henderson, I didn't think he was great. I mean, I didn't give the lads a score there, did I? Trent, I'm going to give a 6.5 to. Costas, I'm going to give 6.5 to. Van Dijk a 6. Canade a 6. Jordan Henderson a 5. I thought Jordan Henderson wasn't great at all today. Midfield, Keita 6. Didn't think he was what we'd hoped for. I feel this sounds really harsh, but we were shite in the first half. Who else was in midfield today? Curtis Jones 5. Again, 2 wasteful in possession. Taking pot shots from distance when it wasn't there, and not even testing the keeper at one of them, by the way, which really frustrated me because he did it time and time again. Takumi Minamino got himself a goal, but I think the goal probably gets him up to a 7. What score will I give the lads in midfield? Henderson 5, as I said. Curtis Jones 5. And who was the other one that I was given in midfield? The Keita 6. Minamino 7 because he got a goal. Diogo Jota, my man of the match, 9. Thought he was the best player on the park by a country mile. And Bobby Firmino, another 6. I didn't think Bobby was at his best again today. But for me, man of the match, my man of the match was Diogo Jota. But we will leave it up to you guys in the chat and see what you think. The vote is in there now. Yeah, I mean, let's have a look at the vote real quick and just see how it's getting on. I mean, it's close. It's really close, actually, yeah. I mean, you guys really want to have your say here because this is very close. Diogo Jota, Harvey Elliott, Virgil van Dijk or Trent, the 4 men of the match. I don't know how Virg managed to find his way in there, but we'll go into the chat. Keita was a ghost, said Barry. Yes, it wasn't the performance we hoped for from Naby Keita, mate. What about Diaz? I don't really do the subs, mate, especially when there's 5 of them, but Luis Diaz looked brilliant when he came on. I mean, can we just take a second to just speak about the I'm looking at it right now. The determination for our second goal. It was all about Diaz. Just so clever in such a condensed space. Determined, intelligent, happy. I'm just looking at it right now. And again, right in front of the cop as well. What a moment from. But it was all about that Harvey Elliott goal for me today. That almost made me have a little bit of happy juice in your nether regions, in my nether regions. It was so good for Harvey. How would you rate Elliott and Diaz? Brilliant, both of them. Solid 8s for what I've seen of them anyway from when they were on. Give the boys a break. I absolutely have given them a break. I'm allowed to give an opinion, Rav. If they were shit, which I think they were in the first half, I'm going to call it. Do you want me to come on and say they were all brilliant, mate? That wasn't true. Second half, much better performance. Ella's in the house. Diogo Jota goal gone down as an assist for Diaz. Or Diogo Jota gone down as an assist for... I think you mean for Takumi Minamino, sorry. Yes, look, for me, I don't care. I'm taking it as an assist for Luis Diaz. We should be going into the Leicester game with so much confidence now, said RSH. I agree. What a game that's going to be on Thursday night. Really looking forward to it. We should be full of confidence after that attacking display when the lads came on. How good do we look when we've got 4 attackers on the pitch? And that's without Mo and Sadio. The future is bright, and you can see in that little cameo there from Luis Diaz exactly why Jurgen Klopp, the recruitment team, worked so hard to bring him in, because he's just fucking quality, isn't he? Neil, can you stop with the get Keita out of this club, mate? I mean, firstly, who the fuck do you think you are saying that to a player of ours? If you don't like him, don't rate him, fair enough. But who the hell do you think you are telling him to get out of this club? Do you own the fucking club, pal? You know, we have to be a bit more respectful to our players, Neil. I don't give a shit how long you've been in our chat. Be respectful or fuck off. It's as simple as that. Get Keita out of this club. My God, mate. Give your fucking head a wobble. That's shocking. Actually, do you know what? I don't care how long you've been here. That's you're getting timed out for that. That's shocking. Shocking towards one of our own players. When Harvey scored, I think I pooped a little, said Neverman is here. It was a brilliant finish. Absolutely brilliant finish. And again, we got one on the left from Robbo when he came on assist, one on the right from Trent. And Anfield, yeah, apparently people saying it was really quiet in there today. I obviously had the game on mute, so didn't hear any of the noise. But like I think Keita has all the attributes to be a success. It's just a matter of being able to stay fit. So I don't understand. What does cameo mean? Little brief appearance, Billy. Little brief appearance. When Diaz went down, oh, I know. Oh my God. Everybody else, I'm glad I wasn't the only one. When Luis Diaz went down, my heart was in my mouth because I didn't see that he was trod on. If I'd have seen that, I'd have felt more comfortable. Not that it's any better, but you know when somebody goes down and it looks like a rather innocuous thing from an aerial duel, you're thinking, oh, he's after doing his ACL or something here because he was holding his right knee. But then I seen the replay, somebody in the chat pointed out that he would actually had studs right down his leg, and weird to say I felt better about it, but at least you could see, okay, it was because he was raked down the leg with his studs. But was Fabinho rested? Good show, actually. I don't know. I know that Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who was the other one that was out with COVID today? It was Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Who was the other one? Oh, Joe Gomez. Yes, Joe Gomez. So we wish them a speedy recovery, of course. Jamie said the way Harvey turned to put his goal in was class. It was some finish, wasn't it? Absolutely lovely touch to set it up, but then he buried it. And you could just see all the emotion in Harvey Elliott's face from that time out injured. Just released. I can only imagine what it was like for the young man to fight back from that serious an injury so early in his career. But all credit to him for all the hard work he did. Credit to the medical staff for getting him back playing. But the goal, so happy for him to get that goal today. I really was. Hendo was not so great today, unfortunately. Does he start against Leicester? What are we saying, chat? Good question from Sharkbait 1994. Does Jordan Henderson start against Leicester? I'm saying no. You know, if I'm to really quickly pick a team for Leicester off the top of my head, Trent, Robbo, Van Dijk, Matip, Fabinho, Thiago, Elliott, Diaz, Jota, Firmino. If I'm being honest, yeah, that's probably 11 I'll go with. I wouldn't start Hendo. It's getting a bit worrying about Jordan Henderson because he hasn't been at it for a while. And look, for me, I've always kind of put it in my head that Jordan Henderson at the end of the season will kind of move or transition into the James Milner role in the squad. More limited appearances, often from the bench. I just don't think... Yeah, I wouldn't start Henderson. I wouldn't. The more I think about it, I wouldn't start him. Diaz is a sexy man, said George. Yeah, you could see how much it meant to him to be out there as well today, Luis Diaz. He was fantastic for the little appearance we'd seen. Rod, how are you, mate? Welcome in late night over in Australia at the minute for you, Rod. Thiago is such a soldier. It's just great to have him back on the pitch playing football. Neverman is here, said agreed, Craig, 100% about Henderson. Fabinho, Elliott and Hendo best midfield now. I'd have Thiago in there ahead of Henderson, if I'm being really honest with you, with Fabinho in the holding role. I'd play Canade over Matip because of his pace. Yeah, I would have said that, mate, but I wasn't overly impressed today with Ibu. I thought he looked a bit shaky in possession at times, particularly with his passing. Elliott was on fire, said Mohammed, yes, and great to see him back as well. Yeah, watch along for the AFCON. Garrett, over on Twitch though, 6:30, I'll be over there for a watch along of the AFCON. Hope you can join me for that as well. And look, I'm going to finish up in a minute or two here, but I will be joined by Paddy Murphy and Chris Stonage, so do not go anywhere because I want to hear Chris Stonage's take, him being the qualified referee, on the Creevy and Kelleher incident. So we will be asking Chris for his take on that, and of course we'll be asking Mr. Paddy Murphy what he thought of the game as well. They're going to be live with me in a couple of minutes. Right, Connor, do we want to bring... I'll bring this poll to a close here for the Anfield Agenda Man of the Match, and I won't tell you guys the results just yet. We'll let it come into the chat. Thank you to everyone that voted, by the way. And don't forget, by the way, do drop a like on the video. Really important. Let people know you enjoy the content. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Winner of the Anfield Agenda FA Cup Man of the Match today was Diogo Jota with 46% of the vote. 743 people voted. Diogo Jota won with 46%. Harvey Elliott second with 38%. Verge third with 10, and Trent Alexander-Arnold in fourth place with 4%. Rook? What's Rook? That's not even a word. It is a word, but it's not the word I was looking for. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to really quickly end this, but don't go anywhere because I'm back 2 seconds with myself, Paddy and Chris. That's been my match reaction. Thank you to you guys for tuning in. We'll see you in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Hit that like button. Talk to you in a